All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. It's Dr. Ephraim. Today's date is 12/20/2022. All right, I'm saying welcome to everyone, a lot of new subscribers. I want to thank everybody for continuing to like the videos and comment and share them and things of that nature. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit this, the notification bell and select all so that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new presentation. Since I got so many new subscribers, I gotta address this because like I said earlier, this channel I deal with a lot of different things, right? There are many different aspects that make up us, make up our people, whatever the case may be. So I try to touch on a little bit of all of that. Some of you are just coming into this truth, or who are just coming into the knowledge of who we are and this and that. It's kind of like you got to give um, you got to give let the crawl walk first, right? You can't give um what's that biblical expression? Um, you can't give meat to babies, right? So it's kind of like a process. But eventually, I think if you continue to come to the channel and continue to watch the videos, it'll hit you. You'll take to it like a fish to water. And I know many of you have heard the term, lost children of Israel, lost tribes of Israel, lost. Society in history would have you believe that the 10 tribes of Israel just kind of walked out of the Bible and just disappeared in the thin air. They would have you believe that on the one hand. Um, but then there are also groups and nations of people that would have you believe that the so-called 10 lost tribes or the Northern Kingdom are attributed to a bunch of people who are nowhere near the seed of Israel, right? Because that's what it boils down to. Many years ago, when our parents and our grandparents were coming up, and their parents, there was no such thing as DNA. We had to take what people told us. We had to take things on face value. We had no way of disproving, right? But now knowing what we know with the access we have to knowledge and wisdom and understanding, and all praise to the Most High for raising me up to bring forth the genetic teaching to the children of Israel. We don't have to accept the lies. We don't have to accept the foolishness. For so many years, people try to tell us that black people / Negroes were from the bloodline of Ham, and come to genetically find out that is just blatantly false. We are not from Ham. We are from Shem. And if we are from Shem, that means we are a Semitic people, right? So let me just say that. So anyway, I'm not going to really get into that too much, but um, I'm setting it up to say that I'm going to share a short presentation, with some Gentiles bearing witness to who the children of Israel are, and they're using scripture as well, right? My personal belief is that one of the reasons why I think when our people were brought over here illegally during the transatlantic slave trade, one of the reasons why they didn't want us to be able to read, particularly read the Bible, is because had we been able to read the Bible, our people would have known without a shadow of a doubt who we were. That we were the book of Deuteronomy can only be talking about one group of people. And our people fit that. I mean, to the T, to the letter. I mean, to this day, we are living that, right? And so, I think that's one of the reasons why, no white men did not write the Bible. What those white men did is um, they used the Bible as um, a weapon against the people they had enslaved to keep them docile and afraid and depending on everything that they said depended on them for everything. And y'all be surprised to this day, man, how many of our people still kind of depend on white folk for validation, for this and that, to help them do anything. Y'all be surprised, man. Y'all would be very surprised how many of our people still depend on white people, just like how they did back in those days. But anyway, we're not the children of Israel are not lost, quote unquote, right? We're scattered. Major difference. And no, we're not just in America, but clearly we're here. We're still in Africa. A lot of us are in Africa. We're all over the world. The Bible said that God said he was going to scatter the children of Israel through all four corners of the world. And that's exactly what he did. Now, my personal belief and hypothesis on that is I believe there's a small percentage of Negroes or Israelites in every nation on earth. That's what I personally believe. Right. And so, and not even getting into the whole 12 tribe thing or whatever, there's some truth to it. Like I said, there's a percentage of us in all nations. But to blatantly put out there that all these different races and nations of people are Israel is just false, man. That's just false, and that's wrong, and it's kind of dangerous, right? The Bible is explicit in what Gentiles can do for salvation in the Torah, or what many of you may know as the Old Testament. It's very clear, and Jesus even said in I think it was John 4:22, the salvation is of the Jews. So the precept for what Jesus said there, you have to go to Torah. It's found in Torah. And the Torah tells you that you have to take up the law, statutes, and commandments of the children of Israel, and the Most High God will see you as one that was homeborn, i.e., a genetic Hebrew Israelite, E1B1A, if you do that. So anyway, that's that. I want to include this little lesson here about some Gentiles bearing witness to who the children of Israel are, especially in light of with Kyrie Irving coming forth, even what's that crazy guy, Kanye, to a certain extent, saying about how black people are the 12 tribes of Israel and things of that nature. So it's all out there now. So with that, all that being said, I really wish YouTube would take off the internal suppression they have on my channel, because clearly they have a suppression on my channel. They do, man. And I think they put it there a long time ago, and it just kind of stays it's caught in the matrix. But I really wish they would take it off, because I'm putting in a lot of work, getting a lot of new subscribers, and it's not fair to me or them to suppress the content. I'm not saying anything, that's new. So, with all the other channels kind of doing the same type of thing, why y'all suppressing me? I'm asking YouTube to please take the internal suppression off of my channel. Like if I have to make an exclusive video, addressing that, I will. But clearly there's a suppression on my channel with my views, clearly. So anyway, man, I'm gonna go ahead and play the little the testimony video. I might come back and say a little something, then we go ahead and end this out. All right.
Hi, shalom from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are, but you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to Jerusalem, because us the Gentiles, we do need you. We need you to come and pray, because you are our saviors. You're the one that was chosen by Yahweh to live in this land, not the Jewish people, it's you. You were stolen from Africa, they deceived you, they told you that you are slaves, but you actually the children of Israel. And it's time just to come back. Come for your people, come back for us, come back for the whole Gentiles, because only you gonna save us. So please come back to Zion.
And the question is, who are God's chosen people?
The first thing I want to talk about is the appearance of the ancient Hebrew Israelites.
You need to know who the true Jews are.
A couple of other scriptures are Lamentations 5 and verse 10 and Job 30:30. Those also refer to the skin color of the Israelites as being black.
There's certain passages in the Bible that refer to God's children as being black. One in particular is a Song to Solomon, where it physically describes Solomon. And
it's all a show. All these leaders of all these countries are part of the 1% club, okay? And you're not part of it. So stop believing their lies and start listening to some of us here on the ground in the trenches that are doing the research. You're going to be following who you think are the real Jews in leadership, and you're going to be led right into the fire. You're going to be led right into the meat grinder.
God was obviously telling the Israelites, hey, I'm going to put you back into slavery. Now, the only race of people that were brought over on ships and sold as bondmen and bondwomen, which are slaves, are the so-called African Americans.
The people in Israel right now are not Jews. They're Khazars. Your true Druze, or your true Yehudim, are the so-called black person, or African American, as you like to call them sometimes. They're not African at all. They're the true Jews. They're the true Hebrews that were brought over here on ships, which the scriptures mention.
See, there you go, man. And I know to many of you who's viewing this presentation is probably like in awe right now from all the stuff that you're hearing. I know it's all new to a lot of you, and you're still trying to really digest all this information. But what that presentation just showed is that not everyone is with the business. And what I mean by that, when I say not everyone's with the business, is not everyone is dedicated and sold out to perpetuating a bunch of lies, or perpetuating non-truths, or mixing up the truth with a bunch of foolishness, or just blatantly just falsely claiming something that they know to be untrue, right? So, and they don't look like me and you, and I felt like that's pretty. I didn't do that for validation, but I wanted to kind of show that there are other people who are not Israel, who know the truth and accept the truth of who the true children of Israel are, right? Because Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, was one man, okay? And genetically speaking, that one man has one Y DNA haplotype, or one Y chromosome that he passed on to his 12 sons, okay? Birthed out by 4 different matriarchs, 4 women of Israel, and that was Leah, Rachel, Zilpah, and Bilpah. So all the stuff about all these different races of people claiming to be Israel, we know that that's genetically false, because we have DNA now, man. Y'all can't just tell us this, pee on our head and tell us it's rain anymore. Like we not we over that, right? That's over with. You understand what I'm saying? When the Most High raised me up back in January 2015 to bring forth that the E1B1A is the haplotype for the children of Israel, man, it was a wrap. It was a wrap, man. All that other stuff, I mean, that killed everything. You understand that there's no way, genetically speaking, all these different races of people can beat Israel, because that would mean that they all had Jacob's Y DNA haplotype, or their DNA flowing through their blood, and they do not, and nor could they prove that. You understand? So anyway, I don't want to go too much, get too deep. I'm just kind of giving a little milk to the babes. Just want y'all to kind of check that out. And like I said, go through the channel. I got a lot of information on this channel, close to 280 videos, right? It's all free of charge, cost you nothing. Just to sit back and just get acclimated to the information and to what's going on, where all the stuff comes from, and knowing where I come from, knowing about me, my background, my testimony. My testimony is on here. Everything is on here. So I suggest the newer subscribers do that before you kind of start taking part actively and making comments, or maybe asking questions that's already been answered ad nauseum on the channel, stuff like that. While I do encourage each of you to contribute and make comments and engage, and I try to engage you all as much as possible, I think it would be a lot more fruitful if you're new to the channel, you come more acquainted and acclimated to who I am and my teachings and what I believe, and let me just say this here real quick: if you're an antichrist, this is not going to be the channel for you. Okay, I mean, I open the channel to everyone, but I'm just being honest. If you are an antichrist, if you do not believe in Christ in any way, if you do not believe he existed, this will not be the channel for you. We are Messianic Israelites over here. At least I am, and I'm assuming the majority of the ones that know me know that, and is here, they're Messianic, Messianic Israelites as well, right? So, not being mean or trying to be no type of way, but we believe in Jesus here. All right. So, I don't care if you're a Christian, but as long as you believe in Jesus, it's cool with me. I don't condemn anyone. Okay. But if you're an antichrist, yeah, that's not going to be this channel is not going to be a good fit for you. Okay, I'm just being honest. Anyway, that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the presentation, enjoyed the testimony, of our Gentile white brothers and sisters, kicking the real. So until next time, this is Dr. Ephraim signing off, saying welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, it's Dr. Ephraim signing off, saying Shalom, elect.